So in part one, we have covered Docker overview, the Docker platform. What can we use Docker for? So now in this session, we'll cover Docker architecture, Docker daemon, Docker clients, Docker desktop, Docker registries. Let's see Docker architecture. Docker uses a client server architecture. The Docker client talks to the Docker daemon, which does the heavy lifting of building, running, and distributing your Docker containers. The Docker client and Docker daemon can run on the same system. Or you can connect a Docker client to a remote Docker daemon. The Docker client and daemon communicate using a REST API or Unix socket or a network interface. What is Docker daemon? The Docker daemon listens for Docker API requests and manages Docker objects such as images, containers, networks, and volumes. A daemon can also communicate with other daemons to manage Docker services. Let's see what is Docker client now. The Docker client is the primary way that many Docker users interact with Docker. So it is the primary way to interact with Docker. When you use commands such as Docker run, the client sends these commands to Docker daemon, which carries them out. The Docker command uses the Docker API. The Docker client can communicate with more than one daemon. What is Docker desktop? Docker desktop is an easy to install application for your Mac or Windows environment that enables you to build and share containerized applications and microservices. Docker desktop includes the Docker daemon, the Docker client, Docker compose, Docker content trust, Kubernetes, and credential helper. What is Docker registry? A Docker registry stores Docker images. Docker Hub is a public registry that anyone can use, and Docker is configured to look for images on Docker Hub by default. We can run your own private registry. When you use the Docker pull or Docker run commands, the required images are pulled from your configured registry. When you use the Docker push command, your image is pushed to your